friends, welcome back to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangie, and today's video is going to be a little bit different, but it's one that I felt like I needed to put out there. 4 years ago, when the channel was fairly new and it was still called The Caver's Wife, I put out a video that I really had heavy on my heart, which is how I make an income so I can homeschool. And I will throw a link in the iCard above so you can check out that video. I just gave you, told you all what I did to make an income so I could be home and not have to work a job outside of the home, you know, like a 9-to-5 situation, so I could be at home with my kids and homeschool. At that time, I was doing a lot of odd jobs. I cleaned houses, I helped with catering, I worked farmer's market, I had a craft business, I would babysit when asked to. I just did a lot of different things. And in the last 4 years, that has changed. And I'm very grateful. I wanted to do something where I didn't have to leave the house, so I could be at home with my kids and we could homeschool. And so I still would encourage you to check out that video because something there might inspire you, might spark some ideas for you. And that at that time I was making enough money that we could cover bills and groceries and things like that. But like I said, my income has changed, and what I do to make an income has changed, and I wanted to share that with you again as encouragement, because I know at one time I was a work outside of the home mom. My kids were in public school, and it was just it was a hard time for me because as a mom I had a lot of guilt, and just couldn't see how we could make it work with me being at home. But the Lord has blessed in that area, and so if you are someone that needs 2 incomes, or you need to continually make an income but you also have it on your heart to homeschool, then maybe this will help you as well. So what I do now, I have 2 main sources of income. One is I consider a side hustle, and the other one is my regular everyday job. So let's talk about the side hustle first, and that would be YouTube. YouTube is a hobby, and but it's kind of like some people with craft businesses. It's something they do on the side to bring a little extra income, but it's not something that they depend on, and that is how YouTube is for our family. It definitely helps with the expenses, it helps with savings and all of that stuff, but it is definitely not something that we depend on because, well, for one, time. We don't put in the time that it would take to make YouTube a full-time income. And also, YouTube algorithms change, their rules change, and we just never know what YouTube is going to be doing all the time. So for our family and our situation, we don't live off of YouTube. But if you are a creative person, if you feel like you have a story to share, if you feel like you have encouragement or just something that you want to share with the world, then maybe YouTube might be something that you want to consider. There are a lot of different channels out there that specifically talk about how to grow your YouTube channel, how to start one, and I feel like they are a lot more qualified to talk about it than we are, but it is fun, and there is a wonderful community with YouTube, and I am so thankful that we started our channel. We have made lifelong friendships. Gotten to go to many awesome places, meet lots of awesome people. And yeah, YouTube it's an awesome, fun, exciting thing to do. That's not to say that it doesn't have its challenges. Like with anything, there are downsides. Trolls for one, you know, having people judging you, saying ugly things about you and your family, you know, but it's just part of it. It just comes with the territory. The more your channel grows, the more it's gonna happen. So I'm not saying that it's absolutely perfect, and I'm also not gonna say that it's not work. It most certainly is work if you want it to be an income. If you want it to grow, you have to put work into it. That means putting up videos, editing, socializing, doing all of those things. So there is work involved, and you can work as much as you want with YouTube. You get out of it what you put into it, and sometimes you don't get as much out of it as you put into it. It does reward you. And then there are also ways that you can expand your income while using YouTube as a platform. So you can have affiliates, you can create products, you can write books, create printables, you know. And if you are looking to have YouTube as an income, you most certainly need to diversify your income, because YouTube is so unpredictable. A lot of people sell t-shirts, mugs, they use it to promote their blogs, their books, and things like that. So yeah, it definitely is a way that you can make an income and still be with your family, but it is still work. Okay, so there is that, and that, like I said, that is our side hustle. That is our bonus money that we don't necessarily depend on, but that we are thankful for and that we do use. Okay, so what do I do daily to bring in an income? Well, a couple of years ago, I started a virtual assistant service. So basically anybody that has a presence online, or if they have things that can be taken care of remotely, that is what I do. When I worked outside of the home, I worked in offices and did office management, business administration type jobs. And it occurred to me one morning at 3 a.m. that everything that I did in an office, I could do from home thanks to the internet. So I pretty much wrote up a business plan and sent it to a couple of my friends that had an online presence, and just, you know, said, if there's anything I can do, you know, please let me know. This is what I charge. And that's how I got my start. So I've done everything from working for YouTubers. I worked for Homesteaders of America. A lot of y'all know that. I've done several different things online. I've managed Pinterest. I've done social media. I have written blog posts for YouTubers. So those are the things that I have done. But what I am doing now, I am most excited about it, and I believe this is my niche. This is where I want to stay. I am currently working for real estate agents. I do have experience in real estate title. I did that for several years, and so I am actually using a lot of that knowledge that I got doing that in with what I'm doing now. So I actually, I still manage social media for realtors and a realtor firm, but I am also what is called a transaction coordinator, which basically means whenever there is a transaction that is taking place between a buyer and a seller and their real estate agents, I handle the contracts for this particular realtor. So let's say there is an offer, and offer is accepted. I set up the contracts for signature. Once those goes out and they're signed, they come back to me, and then I disperse them to to closing attorneys, title agents, lenders, and I also have to know the state laws when it comes to real estate. So if this particular house was built prior to 1974, then I have to make sure that a certain form goes with the contracts. So that is what I'm doing, and I am really, really enjoying it. There are so many different things that you can do online. There are so many businesses that need assistance that can all be done online. You're talking about emails, websites, you know, all of that stuff. And so that is my main source of income. So when I talk about working or whatever, that is what I'm doing. And then, like I said, YouTube is my side hustle. But yeah, so I hope this is helpful for some of you who are trying to think, what can I do from home so I can be at home with my children and still make the money that my family needs? there are people that do what I do with the transaction coordination. They do that as a full-time job. I choose not to take on new clients just because I am a homeschool mom. But I could definitely work 8 hours a day, no doubt. I could even probably do more than that. And that might be what I do after my kids are done. I'm fixing to graduate one of my kids this year, and then, you know, after my son is done, then I might take on more clients because I do enjoy the work so much. It's challenging and it's fun. Sometimes it'll make you crazy, but I enjoy the challenge. So anyway, I hope that was very helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, I will do my very best to answer them in the comment section below. And if I can't answer it, maybe I can point you toward a resource. But I really hope that you find this encouraging. Don't forget to check out my old video. There are so many things that can be done from home if you are trying to figure out a way that you can stay at home with your kids and still make that income. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful and encouraging, and until next time.